another possession game, another opportunity for our team to learn how to win in close games late. And credit to our players for making the plays late. Especially I thought Yor was really, really active defensively and helped seal the game for us. I thought Ice was good, even after the late turnover he had where he dropped his head and after missing free throws. Those are moments that those guys would not have been able to overcome a year ago. But you can see their growth, and I'm excited to get out of here 5-0.
Mike, obviously NCAA Notice of Allegations came out today. Can you kind of expand your thoughts and reaction?
Yeah, finally I can. It's been September 26th of 2017. I had yet to coach a practice, and this has been hanging over our program since then. There were a lot of options of the outcome between then and now. And I think on a range of one being the worst, we have to disband our program. There's a bunch of bad people doing a bunch of bad things all the time. And 100 being Oklahoma State wasn't involved at all. And we know that's not the case. I think we're probably, considering what I read when I got the notice yesterday, we're probably in the 95, 96 range in terms of what I feel. And again, I'm not taking it lightly, but considering where I was at that time to where I am now, I feel good that I don't think that I've read anything in the notice that I didn't know that day or in immediate time afterwards. So it's an opportunity for us to get closer to the end. And I'm looking forward to the day where I can actually coach a game and practice and recruit without this stuff hanging over our heads, and obviously we're closer to being able to do that.
How much has it hung over your head? I mean, it's kind of been in the background, but it's not talked about a ton either, but how much has it been over your head?
It may not be talked about amongst our fans and national media, but it's talked about in coaching and recruiting and, not making any excuses. I think our staff has done a great job overcoming a lot of some of the negativity that we've had to deal with. But the truth is, when this happens, people use it against you. And I'm glad, again, that we can now say, okay, here's what the NCAA alleges happened. I'm not sure we're disputing any of it. And we look forward to going in front of them and explaining that here's what we think is a proper consequence of those actions.
What has been your message to recruits the last 2 years?
I always felt good about where we were. We obviously were we worked very closely with the FBI first because the NCAA couldn't even do an investigation until the FBI finished theirs. And when I knew how narrow the scope was with it as it relates to our program, have no players here that were part of it, or we have nobody on our staff that's been involved outside of it. My message has always been just have faith in us. That I'm being honest with you. I wasn't involved. My name's not mentioned at all. I think that's important, and no one else is as well. And so we don't anticipate this being something that is a long-term negative. Is it good news? Probably not. It's probably never good news to get a notice of allegations, but it's probably the best of bad news that we could get considering the circumstances.
Do you kind of feel, a sense of relief is the right word? I mean, because it's not over, but is there a little bit of that?
Well, I have not been able to do what I'm doing now, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't even speak about it. And this is what I've known all along. So yeah, there is a little bit of relief that you can ask me a question and I can honestly say, I got the document. It took me 4 minutes and 15 seconds to carefully read through this thing. That's it. And there's one allegation, and it involves no one that's a part of our program now.
You mentioned recruiting a little bit. Is that something that you bring up right away? Is it something you kind of like wait with?
It depends where you are. Every situation is different. It's important that people know that they can trust us. And how they trust you is to be transparent and open and honest about what's going on. It's been the same for them. I haven't been able to discuss even the facts. So there's been a lot of speculation, essentially, that we've been dealing with coming from other schools. Well, if this happened here, imagine what's going to happen here. Well, what's happened here is now public knowledge. And I think it's safe to say that we'll move forward in the process feeling like we're in a pretty good position.
Reports came out that you want to get the hearing. I don't know if this is a you thing, but get the hearing done within the season. Do you have anything that you can say about that?
Not necessarily. I mean, I'm obviously not in any control of it. We want it to be something that we don't have to deal with as soon as possible. All right. So, however that happens, I'm up for. I think from the very beginning, I remember sitting out there on that court not long after September 26th and trying to answer questions at the time when there was no information available. So now that we are closer to the end, I'm looking forward to the final closure of it.